Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Devin Haney's in country without his dad. We're not sure if his dad's going to be heading over there. We do know Bob Arum is working the issue. From my understanding, they've solicited the help of Eddie Hearn as well. So more to come on that. But right now, Devin Haney and his team are worried about being in Australia, and the concern is voodoo. It's being reported that when they got off the plane and were exiting the airport, there was a crowd. And a lot of media, but there was a couple of people in the crowd, one in particular who was standing there holding what seems to me, I guess he stood out, they said, depending, I guess it was the garments he was wearing, and was holding what looks to be a large bone and was pointing it at Devin Haney. So they started asking around about, hey, what was that? And people were saying it could be voodoo and witchcraft and people just trying to make him uncomfortable. Now, what I personally think it is you got some YouTuber over there who's just trying to, probably has his friends hiding with a camera and pranking Devin Haney. But Devin Haney's team have become really concerned and saying that, and then, people over there are running with the story as well, saying that if someone points a bone at you, I guess this was a large bone, like something from an animal, that the expectation that death would result from the bone being pointed at you is they're saying that that's not without foundation. They're saying that that is something that witchcraft and things that are practiced in certain parts of Australia, that has been known to cause death. And it said supposedly those are different things that are happening around the world. They say some victims become listless and apathetic, usually refusing food or water. So now Devin's team is starting to watch Devin to make sure he doesn't start to refuse food or water, especially with the rigorous training that they're doing as the fight is only a couple weeks away. Now, me personally, I think that it is foolishness to even think about Devin Haney having someone cast voodoo on him. Like he's going to all of a sudden get to Australia, have to deal with some outside force that's going to result in a voodoo sickness or voodoo illness or a voodoo death. Absolutely ridiculous. But there are some places that still practice it, and hospitals, and nursing homes, and other places, even just there in communities where this bone pointing practice creates a lot of consternation. So more to come on this. I definitely think that it is somebody pranking him, but what a way to get into Devin Haney's head with this bone pointing prank. So Devin Haney looks like he's kind of keeping the senses about him, but his team is very worried because they don't want any distractions. But it's going to be different distractions there in Australia, especially with the sense of humor of people being different and and just stuff that he's going to have to deal with. But that is just something that is crazy. I believe there was a story about concern about witchcraft and voodoo when in the Rumble in the Jungle, where Muhammad Ali and George Foreman, where George Foreman was more concerned about the voodoo and witchcraft and people casting spells on him to make him ill and sick, when essentially it just could have been a matter of fact of drinking a bad batch of water or something like that. So, makes for a good headline. It's actually funny as hell if you ask me. But I guess more to come on that. But they say that if someone is, practicing voodoo, that it's called bone pointing, the expectation that death will result from having the bone pointed at you is not without foundation, meaning that I guess it's happened before. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to leave you with that. Devin Haney, they need to get this fight on. People stop messing with this man. Voodoo, bone pointing, trying to make him feel restless, listless, apathetic, afraid. Just a bunch of nonsense, man. But I'd be more concerned about just, the water and food and stuff like that. You just have to, if you got these characters who would will go to the extent of pretending to cast witchcraft on them. What else would they do? And I think they're over there in Australia, man, very professional, very tight security. And I think if there was someone out there just looking to make the headlines or post a dumb video, I definitely think they would hold them accountable and make an example out of them, because that's not funny and it's not cool. Very proud people, very professional people, beautiful country, beautiful culture. But there's always a couple characters who just take it a little too far with the sense of humor. And in this case, I think it's a little comical, but at the same time, you know, you go out there and scare the hell out of people. Dressed up as a voodoo doctor and holding this large bone, pointing it at the Haney team. So anyway, man, more to come on that story, I guess. But I just thought I'd report on it because to me it's funny as hell. But anyway, y'all keep safe. Watch out for those bone pointers. We just hate to find out that something happened to this growing community. As always, thanks for the... You can't make this stuff up, people. That being said, y'all keep safe. Thanks for the support. Please subscribe. Shout out to the veterans, and I'm in the breeze.